And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. At the top right of the map on Crossfire, we have the Terran player in the red trunks. He lost the first map. It is...
Dignitas, select!
There's a little Marine on its pedestal representing Select, who is a Terran player. Very, very strong Terran player as well. And down here at the bottom left-hand corner of the map is his Protoss opponent. Can he bring his Code A skills from 2 seasons ago to this match to finish it off and bring home the victory?
Tassadar.
I just want to re-emphasize how good Select is. He has actually been basically #1 or at least top 5 on the North American ladder since the beginning of time. Like, he has, I don't think he's ever left top 5 on the North American ladder. He may not be now since he's playing mostly on the Korean server, but for so long he was just basically the best Terran in North America. So it's really exciting to see him come to Korea here and even up his skills even more practicing in a Korean pro house.
He had quite a hard time on the last map though, and he really needs to win this one if he wants to stay in Code A. And there's the scout from Tassadar. This time he's a little bit faster with his scouting and able to sneak into the main base of his opponent, even though, well, Select tries to lift up the depot, but that's not going to work.
That was kind of funny. A good instinct of him to lift the depot to block that scout. Good practice, but of course there was another gap there, obviously.
Yeah, at the same time in the main base of the Protoss player, we see the gate, the cybernetics core being built as soon as the gateway is done. The thing is that Tassadar is, of course, now in a really comfortable lead. He won the first game, taking a second gas now, so he basically dictates that game, but at the same time, we have a Proxy Rex for our Terran player, which I like quite a lot, to be honest.
Interesting, very interesting. And yeah, and we saw Tassadar, he actually sent his probe all over Select's base just to make sure there wasn't a second Rax hidden somewhere. He was really alert for this, but he does not know anything about the second Rax that is going up. And it's interesting because Select took gas. So Tassadar is going to be thinking that he's going for like a 1 Rax expand build or something like that. And he's, look at this, he's hunting around for a second barracks. Unless he's just going to put a pylon over here.
Yeah, he's going for that pylon. He's building an offensive pylon. At the same time, we already have a tech lab add-on for the first barracks and a second tech lab add-on for Select Proxy Rex. So we're getting the first Marauders and concussive shells as well. This is going to be great. We have the Protoss player.
Whoa, hold that thought. Proxy Stargate outside of Select's base, and oh my goodness, Select is going to catch it if this Marine, the Marine has gone off course to chase the probe. No, is he going to see it?
Yes,
he is going to see the Proxy Stargate. We have 2 proxies against each other, and this might turn into a base trade situation because Select doesn't have any Marines to deal with Void Rays if they come out, although he spotted it, so he might not let it happen at all.
No, he's attacking the pylon right now, so there's no way this Stargate is to be, will be of any use, and I really want to just go to the booth of Select now and just ask him, why so good, son? Why so good? Select is really a funny character, and this game is going to be pretty exciting.
Oh,
we
he's
have
going to let
that proxy barracks, and yep, that pylon is going down.
And that Stargate finished, so he couldn't even cancel it and rebuild it or build something else. The Stargate's just going to die now. Unfortunately, Select has had to send a Marauder over to kill the pylon, so now Select's rush has kind of been exposed as well because he's got 2 Marauders attacking the Stargate now.
Well,
although he doesn't know about the second rack.
The Protoss player has no scouting information whatsoever besides the initial one, so he doesn't know about the second barracks, he doesn't know about how many units Select already has. There are 6 Marauders, 2 Marines, and now we can see that he's building constant units out of his second barracks as well. That Stargate is going to be killed by the one single Marine.
Tassadar's moving down the ramp. That is exactly what he doesn't want to do right now. He needs to be at the top of his ramp so he can force field. And if he moves out at all, he might lose this. There's the Marauders coming in. He's targeting down the sentry. He gets... No! Oh! Just barely saves that sentry. Nexus is going to have to be canceled.
Here we go. Lost 100 minerals for that. At the same time, we have Select getting his stim and getting up the ramp as well. building an expansion himself, but here we go, taking down the Zealots. Will it be enough though? There are a lot of sentries, a lot of potential force fields, and even though Select tries to target them down, there are simply too many of them. Tassadar doing a good job at defending. He's on 48 supply against 37 right now.
And here comes Select doing another attack. He's going to pick off that Stalker, and now he can take out some of these sentries as well, targeting them down one by one. He's going to get 2 sentries. Not too bad. He lost a lot of units there, but at least he took out a few in exchange. But he is in some danger now. Select is going to have to fear this counterattack. Another pylon is put up, so Tassadar is going to have a sizable force attacking Select's front. He's going to have to defend now.
And the main problem for Select right now is that even though he has 2 barracks, one of them is at the bottom right of the map. So he doesn't have too many forces in his main base. He's throwing down a bunker now, getting his 3rd barracks in his main base.
Yeah.
But this is going to be tough after all. This time Stim will probably finish though. And here comes Tassadar building a Nexus at the same time that he is attacking. Trying to walk up the ramp. That one SCV already spotted it. And Tassadar is going for it, taking down that supply depot.
Oh, and another bunker put down to block the line. A couple Marauders wandering into Tassadar's mineral line. That bunker will never complete though. This is do or die for Select, but the Stalkers have been picked off except for 2 of them, and those are the main damage dealing units. And it looks like Tassadar is forced to fall back without any Zealots to tank the front lines of that attack.
Select actually even was able to cancel that engineering bay that he was building in the pathway of the Protoss forces.
Oh,
so really nice micro by him. And floating back his barracks from the bottom of the map, but still he is on 38 supply against 59, and there's the second attempt of Tassadar to win this second game. Walking up the ramp, and this is looking horrible. Probably going to lose that supply depot as well. The force fields make sure the SCVs can't repair, and Select is looking really bad right now. 34 supply against 53.
Now, Select keeps defending, but he's losing SCVs in the process. What does the worker count look like? It looks like
22 against 27 in favor of the Protoss player.
Yep, so not too bad there. Select is still in this. He's got double mules going on, but another attack. Tassadar is intent on forcing his way in here. If Select loses this battle, he will be eliminated from Code A, bringing the SCVs off the line to try and repair that bunker. It is his last hope. He stops repairing for a moment, but there he gets back on the repair, and he's going to take out 2 of the sentries. Only 1 sentry remaining with no energy on it left. Tassadar is forced to retreat from the attack. Select is still in it, and he has 5 barracks in his main now.
That was really a close call. I already saw Select losing that game, but he's able to pull off that defense, and to be honest, Tassadar lost a lot in that attempt to break into the main base of his opponent.
Yeah, his sentries were actually kind of, he didn't have many support units to support the sentries. Well, I guess the sentries are kind of a support unit. But so he ended up losing a lot of sentries at the end of that attack. He had about 6 of them built up, and now without those sentries, he's not going to be able to cast force fields to control the battle, and he won't be able to get Guardian shields out either. So he is going to have to play defensively now. His
main problem is that sentries are just so expensive when it comes down to gas, so he really lost a lot of resources. At the same time, we have the Protoss player with a Twilight Council and a robotics facility in his main base, getting that Observer and a Dark Shrine. We are going to see Dark Templar for Tassadar, while Select is now getting a starport and a reactor at the same time, trying to float down, or he already flowed down his orbital command, so now he has 2 mineral lines that he can harvest from, building that bunker, but there is no detection right now. There's no detection for Select. He has that engineering bay, though, that he built in order to prevent the Protoss player from getting into his main base.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Select did throw down a turret in the front of his mineral line, in the front of his base. But he hasn't yet. He may actually wait. He's got 2 orbitals, so he's probably going to have at least 1 scan when the DTs hit. But if he doesn't save up scans, could be bad for him. I like that door that Select is setting up, though. The front door, putting all those buildings in a line so that he can fight behind those buildings in case of Zealots. He'll be at an advantage.
Right now, Tassadar has an advantage in terms of his economy, especially when it comes down to gas. Select is just now taking the first refinery.
There's the turret.
That is natural. And now placing down a missile turret, though, so those DTs won't do any significant damage at all. But we have a Warp Prism on the way as well. So if Tassadar is actually able to sneak that Warp Prism into the main base of his opponent, that might hurt Select quite a lot.
There's the double forge going down for Tassadar as well, so he's going to try and play that heavy upgrade game into the mid game to follow up on these DTs, and he's going to gain some map control from these Dark Templar as well. That's one of the good things. Oh, he finds the pylon. He sees the blur. Will he notice it though? Yes, he does. He actually stims out of the way. He must not have a scan available at the moment, and just goes back to that turret. And those DTs are not going to be a problem at all, but like you said, the Warp Prism may deliver Dark Templar into his main, which could be a problem.
Select is now getting the Ghost Academy. He already has the +1 attack upgrade. He's getting for the armor upgrade for his Bio Forces as well. And while we have to admit that Tassadar now, he just played his card, so the DTs didn't do all that much damage, but with a Warp Prism he might still be able to put a lot of pressure onto Select, and that's exactly what's going to happen now. While this DT is going to get scanned and eliminated by the Bioforce, we have one Warp Prism, there it is, sneaking into the main base of Select. The Ghost Academy just finished, but here we go, Warp Prism unloads the 2 DTs, and will Select be able to react in time? That might lose him a lot of SCVs.
It might indeed. There they go. Going to work on the SCV count. Very quick reaction by Select. Only loses 3 or 4 SCVs before pulling them away. He's going to have to bring some forces back into his main to deal with that Dark Templar, though, as it is starting to pick off some crucial buildings that are being built right now. Ghost Academy is complete. Oh, he's going to get a reactor as well. But Select is actually pushing out a little bit with some of his forces.
Yeah, he already looked around the map in order to kill all those islands that were basically everywhere.
Fail scan. Doesn't catch the DT.
Yeah, that's really a pain for Select right now. He's on 102 supply against 104. You already mentioned that small group of units that is still looking for a potential third base of his opponent. And now there's a drop coming in. That might actually be the key on winning that game. Select, will he be able to succeed in that comeback? He's dropping the main base of his opponent with 4 medivacs and trying to take down those production buildings, but here comes the Terran player, the Protoss player, and immediately starting to feed back the medivacs.
Yeah, he gets out of there just in time. The medivacs were going to get feedback. Storm was not complete. It's going to complete in mere moments, though. And that is going to be a huge game changer when Storm finishes. He's going to be able to cast, I think he's got the energy for 3 or 4 Storms right now on those Templar. And if Select doesn't dodge them properly, then he's going to really get destroyed.
The Ghosts will be able to shoot a couple of EMPs, maybe assassinate the High Templars as well. So far, he doesn't have too many of them. He has 3 Ghosts in the mix, probably getting a lot more very, very soon. We have an expansion for the Protoss player. He's trying to expand again. He's trying to take a third at the bottom right of the map. And in the middle of the map, we have once again Select hunting down his opponent's units, trying to get access to the Xel'Naga watchtowers. He's researching the +2 attack upgrade. Yeah, and Tassadar, on the other hand, he has quite a huge army. He has a lot of High Templars, 5 of them, 1 Archon, a couple of Stalkers, Dark Templars, and quite a lot of Zealots with the charge upgrade. He's on 1/1 upgrades, 1 armor, 1 attack. And now Select, trying to take a third himself, is getting more and more Ghosts in order to deal with that push of his opponent.
Yeah, and Tassadar is now starting to get a little bit ahead, though, on the upgrades. Is that 1-1 completing for Tassadar right now, or 2-2? I think it's 2-2. Yeah, so he's going to be ahead on the upgrades now. He's going to have double upgrade advantage, basically, over Select, able to chrono boost that out. And this is going to get pretty scary with upgrade advantage and Storm available to him. It's going to be hardcore. He's going to have to land some really good EMPs to win the fights, basically.
Yes, it will all come down to the battle between the Ghosts and the High Templar. Who is going to win that? 6 Ghosts are on the field right now. We have him with 8 Ghosts in just a few seconds. This is going to be a crucial fight. 130 supply against 150, and Tassadar is about to move in. There are the High Templars. Feedbacking those medivacs, getting off a Storm. Select using Stim.
That is crucial. All those units are so badly damaged right now. and the Medivacs were full of energy, so they immediately pop. EMP is going down, snipes as well. The Templar are all dead. It is up to this attack, though. Can he hold it off? The Bunker gets killed immediately. Select holding position on the top of that ramp, has a really good spot, but his SCVs are dying like crazy to the Zealots on the low ground, and the force field is going to stop reinforcements from going down there. It is just a battle of straight-up units. The spellcasters are dead. And will Select hold this off? No. He will lose his expansion base. And a couple more Medivacs coming in, but I think Select is in huge trouble right now.
GG! Select is losing to Tassadar in the first game. And I have to admit that those feedbacks were really, really amazing.
Yeah,
Tassadar
those
able
are crucial.
to kill all of the ghosts, at least kill the energy, and therefore prevent the EMPs from going off. Select didn't make any good use of those ghosts whatsoever, and therefore Tassadar with full shields able to take that fight.
Yep.
And Select so disappointed right now.
And 2-2 was just going to complete for Select as well, so it was a beautiful timing by Tassadar, intentional or not, where he had the upgrade advantage in that battle. And yeah, just to reemphasize, those feedbacks on those Medivacs was crucial, because then he didn't have any Medivacs in that battle. No healing whatsoever. They could have easily kept a lot of those forces alive in the midst of that battle if they were still around, but couldn't quite pull it off. At least Select did snipe and EMP all of the Templars, so they couldn't cast any more storms in the main bulk of that battle, but it's just too little too late.
Yeah, still, if it comes down to the late battle between Terran and Protoss, you really have to have those EMPs if you are a Terran player, and that's actually what Protoss players are struggling with the most. And even after the patch, after the radius of the EMP got decreased quite a little bit, it's still one of the main concerns of Protoss players throughout the world. So with those feedbacks, Tassadar basically ensured that his army could attack with a full force and that no EMPs would kill the shields.
Yeah.
So yeah, really well played. For a minute or two I thought that Select might be able to pull off that comeback, especially when he dropped into the main base of his opponent with 4 Medivacs. But they didn't really deal all that much damage. He wasn't able to take down the pylon, he wasn't able to take down the warp gate, and the army of Tassadar put an end to the drop. He had to retreat.
Yeah, I mean, it was only half of his army in the drop, and Tassadar has full army ready to respond there, so he was able to deal with that. We're going to go to a 5-minute break before our next series. We're going to see you guys in just a few. Don't go anywhere. OGS Finn is playing Sage next.